Welcome to the System to Success show. On this show, we'll cover the best growth advice from top CEOs in North America and beyond. On each episode, your host, Jay Crutchfield, he's a former software engineer turned entrepreneur, created and maintained online marketing, online sales, and fulfillment systems for global brands. He offers non-traditional wisdom about business systems mastery, while his guests share the story of how they built their companies. Jay and his guests talk entrepreneurship, digital marketing, strategy, and business principles. But they also talk about what it means to be human with all the ups and downs, advances, and setbacks. And what he does is he takes his information and strategies that has helped catapult global brands and brings that to the small business owner to give them that advantage. Make sure to subscribe and follow for more of these business system mastery principles.
Happening, all my success system folks. Welcome to this episode of the System to Success. I'm your host, Jay Crutchfield. And on today's episode, we're going to talk about why posting on social media without a sales funnel is silly. And so why Jay, why do you say that? Oh, you must want all the smoke today. Come on now. And so, yeah, I mean, come on. Like, think about this, you know. So you want to become a thought leader, right? AKA a influencer in your space. You want people to be admired. I mean, you want people to be admired by you, to be awed, to admire you, to be awed by you, by your messages, by your videos, by your live streams. You want them to be hanging on every single word. And you want to be able to, on these videos, to flow through the English language, the serendipities of the English language oratorical finesse. Shout out to Dr. Cindy Trim for that line right there. And so, okay, let's fast forward. Now that you have all the attention, all the awareness, you have people looking to you. What are you going to do with that attention? What are you going to do with those eyeballs? Right? What are you going to do now that people know your name? That you no longer have to say, hey, you better put some respect on my name. What happens that we want to look at the end, right? Stephen Covey talks about in his book, the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, in chapter 2 is begin with the end in mind. So why do you want to become that thought leader? Why do you want to become that influencer? Why do you want to be known in that space? Like, what's the end goal? And so if you're a business owner, the end goal, right, many times is impact and bottom line, right? That revenue, right? So looking at that, when you have that awareness, that's like having a restaurant, allowing people to eat and then never allowing them to be able to pay for a meal. Like, how long is the restaurant gonna stay afloat? As long as they have that cash infusion and that loan, right? And so we don't want to be in that space. And so I'm a big proponent, of course, of adding value to people, continuously having your content give value to them, give value to your audience, right? And then allowing them to be able to contribute back to you. And there's not this continuance giving, and you don't have anything given back, because when you do that, you're going to naturally be depleted, right? Because, like, how can you keep on giving and not be refreshed, right? And so you want to make sure that you have a way for people that they don't know you to come to actually knowing you, and then saying, hey, I love to do business with you, and then going, I really love that I made the choice to do business with you, right? And so the way to do that is actually having a sales funnel that walks people from not knowing you to loving you and working with you and very happy that they are working with you, right? And so you do that with the sales funnel. Now, when you're posting on social media, that sales funnel has 4 stages, right? And so it has the becoming aware of you and that following that ADA model, becoming aware of you, being interested in you, having that desire for what you're offering, and then taking action on it. And so having that sales funnel with this, it doesn't always have to be leading people specifically to buying on that call to action. It could be taking that lead magnet, for this information that you're providing that solves a specific problem or challenge for someone, and then that leads to eventually buying your course, buying that program, buying that mentorship or mastermind, right? It can lead to that. But we should not, if your end goal is for generating revenue, we should not be constantly just focusing on posting on social media, wonder why nobody's taking action when you're not asking them. You have to ask them for the sale, right? Ask and you shall receive. So you have to ask them for that sale. And so the more people that become aware of what you're doing with having that sales funnel in place, then you're able to make more pitches for your offer, whether it's virtually on the screen, you're selling online, or over the phone, right? Or on Zoom, right? Virtually on that side. So you want to have that sales funnel in place so that people are able to give back for the value that you've provided. Now, if you're not adding any value and you're saying, buy my stuff, and you're posting on social media, buy my stuff, that's not the way to do it. But just having that balance of adding value and then the call to action to take part in something, do that over time, you're going to actually generate sales from that when you have that sales funnel in place that speaks specifically to one specific audience, solving one specific problem with one specific offer. So you have that aligned in place, then you're going to generate those sales from that. And so you want to make sure that you have that sales funnel in place, because you have to have that proper way of walking people from being that prospect to actually being your client. All right. So don't just blindly post on social media. Please don't do that. And wondering why people aren't buying your products or services, right? You want to walk them through, and it's okay to ask. Don't be concerned about people's or haters in the comments saying, oh, he's just trying to sell. You daggone right. You daggone right. We sell it. Huh? We're in business. And I believe, a work man, work woman, work person are worthy of their hire. They're worthy of asking for the money when they're providing value to somebody. You wouldn't just go in a restaurant and just eat and walk out the door. Not if you don't want to be arrested. You wouldn't just do that, because that's not adding value to the one that's giving you value. And so that law of reciprocation, you want to make sure that as you're giving value, you allow other people to contribute to you by offering them a product or service, so that you can assist them with moving to another level, so that you can have even more impact, because they're like, oh yeah, the free stuff was so fire. Now that you're providing, and now that I pay, I know it's going to be even more fire. All right. So don't just blindly post on social media. Make sure that you have a sales funnel that walks your prospects to becoming clients. All right. So hope you enjoyed this episode of the System to Success show. Make sure to follow and subscribe for more business systems, marketing mastery principles. Look forward to seeing you on the next episode.